Hey guys, this is Mr. Grice for Algebra 2 Unit 5.1 Notes. Today we are talking about function notation. Our learning target today is to be able to solve operations of functions problems, including adding, subtracting, and multiplying. So, operations with functions. We have three different functions down here. We have f of x, g of x, and h of x. So we're going to look at three different operations and what we need to do. So our first one, we have our f of x plus g of x. What we do is we copy down the function in parentheses. So I'm going to put the 3x minus 5 in parentheses. That is my f of x. And I'm going to add that with g of x. And that was x squared minus 7x plus 1. So that was everything that g of x had. Now, what I'm going to do, well, I've got parentheses. I need to get rid of parentheses. And to do that, I'm going to distribute. Well, what's in front? A 1 is in front. And 1 times 3x is 3x. 1 times negative 5 is negative 5. And the same thing out here. I have a positive 1, so I would distribute a positive 1 to everything. And when we do that, nothing changes with addition. Okay? And now I can combine like terms. So I'm looking for my highest exponent, which is the x squared. He's all by himself, so x squared goes out front. Next is 3x and the negative 7x. Well, 3 minus 7 is negative 4. And then last, I have the negative 5 plus 1. Negative 5 plus 1 is negative 4. So when I'm done, I get x squared minus 4x minus 4. Okay? So let's take a look at the next one. This time I have g of x plus h of x. Well, I take g of x again, which is x squared minus 7x plus 1. That's g of x. I'm going to add it with h of x, which is negative 5x plus 9. Now, once again, I have a positive 1 in front, so when I multiply by a positive 1, keyword positive, nothing changes. So we have x squared minus 7x plus 1, and then in the back we have negative 5x plus 9. Okay? And our like terms. The x squared goes out front. Negative 7 minus 5 is a negative 12x. And then I have positive 1 plus 9. Well, positive 1 plus 9 is 10. So if I add g of x and h of x, we get x squared minus 12x plus 10. Okay, that's addition. That one's easy. Now we've got subtraction. So I look at what two functions I've got, f of x minus g of x. We start off with f of x in parentheses, 3x minus 5. I am subtracting x squared minus 7x plus 1. Okay, so there's g of x, there's f of x. Now, the guy out front is the same. It's a positive 1. I distribute a positive 1, and nothing changes. However, in the back now, I have a negative 1. And when I distribute a negative 1, yes, things change. Okay? Negative 1 times x squared is negative x squared. Negative 1 times negative 7x is a positive 7x. Negative 1 times positive 1 is a negative 1. Okay? And now I can combine my like terms. I have a negative x squared out front. 3x plus 7x is a positive 10x. And negative 5 minus 1, well, negative 5 minus 1 is negative 6. Okay, and then g of x minus f of x. Our g of x is the x squared minus 7x plus 1, and I'm subtracting that with 3x minus 5. So there was my f of x, there is my g of x. So in front, I have a positive 1, so we have x squared minus 7x plus 1. In the back, I'm distributing a negative 1, so that turns to negative 3x plus 5. Okay? And then I'm doing this really quickly, but I'm looking at all of my like terms. So now we have x squared minus 10x plus 6. All right. So we did addition, we did subtraction. Now it's time for multiplication. All right. So we are multiplying f of x times h of x. So my f of x is 3x minus 5. I'm going to multiply that with my negative 5x plus 9. And you can do this two different ways, okay? First off, I'll just show you that I copied everything down correctly. Now, we can either distribute or we can do box method. And I'm going to show you an example of each. First, I'll do distribution. 3x times negative 5x is a negative 15x squared. 3x times 9 is a positive 27x. Negative 5 times negative 5x is a positive 25x. And then I have negative 5 times 9, which is negative 45. I want to combine my like terms in the middle. And then I get negative 15x squared. 27 plus 25 is 52x minus 45. Okay. Now for our next one, f of x times g of x, as I write this out, my f of x, 3x minus 5, my g of x, x squared minus 7x plus 1. Now here, I'm going to do box method because I have a trinomial times a binomial. So there's a lot of information to keep track of, okay? On the top, I'm going to put my trinomial, so I have 3 columns. On the side is my binomial, so I've got 2. X squared minus 7x plus 1, and 3x minus 5 along the side. And then we multiply. 3x times x squared gives me 3x cubed. Remember, we add exponents, we multiply coefficients. 3x times negative 7x is a negative 21x squared. 3x times 1 is a positive 3x. Negative 5 times x squared is a negative 5x squared. Negative 5 times negative 7 is a positive 35x. And then negative 5 times 1 is negative 5. Once I'm done with that, I would want to combine my like terms, and I color-coded everything for us. So we have the 3x cubed out front. Negative 5x squared minus 21x squared is a negative 26x squared. 35 plus 3, we get 38x, and then minus 5. Okay? I think the hardest part about this is just keeping track of what operation you're doing. Okay, so you really have to pay attention to what's in between the functions. All right, so here, now we only have two functions. I said here's f of x and h of x. So our first one, we have to look to see what's first, h of x minus f of x. Pay attention to the sign in between, okay? So for h of x, we have 3x squared minus 10, and I am subtracting that with f of x, which is 2x squared minus x plus 8, okay? So there's f of x, there's h of x. With subtraction, the first guy is positive, so that stays the same, 3x squared minus 10, but in the back, I have to distribute a negative 1. So negative 2x squared plus x minus 8. Okay? And then we go through and find our like terms. He's all by himself. So I have 3x squared minus 2x squared, which is x squared. The x is all by itself, and the negative 10 minus 8 is negative 18. Okay? Order matters. We have h of x plus f of x. So 3x squared minus 10 plus 2x squared minus x plus 8. So there's f of x, there is h of x. With addition, all we have is a positive 1, so everything stays the same. And now I just look for my like terms, my 3x squared, my 2x squared, my x, and then my negative 10 plus 8. So 3x squared plus 2x squared, we get 5x squared minus x, and negative 10 plus 8 is not a positive 2, it's a negative 2. Okay, now we have f of x times h of x. Okay, remember, pay attention. What sign is in the middle? F of x is 2x squared minus x plus 8 times 3x squared minus 10. So once again, I'm going to do box method for this, just because I think it's easier when I have a trinomial. So my trinomial is going to go on the top. My binomial is going to go on the side. So I'm going to put the 2x squared minus x plus 8, and then 3x squared minus 10. 3 times 2 is 6. X squared and x squared makes x to the 4th. 3x squared minus x times negative x is a negative 3x cubed. 3x squared plus 8 is going to be a positive 24x squared. And now I have negative 10 times 2x squared, which is a negative 20x squared. Negative 10 times negative x is a positive 10x. And then I have negative 10 times 8, which is negative 80. Okay? Now, as I'm searching for my like terms, I only have 2 like terms, which once again, I was so nice to color coordinate for you. It's the x squares. Okay, so as I'm writing my answer, I have 6x to the fourth minus 3x cubed minus, or plus, I'm sorry, 24 minus 20 is a positive 4x squared plus 10x minus 80. Okay, we just have to be careful with our like terms. All right, and then example number 4, I'm going to let you do this on your own. I have f of x minus h of x. Okay, so go ahead and pause the video and good luck. Okay, and then you can see my final answer. I did my 2x minus 3x squared, negative x, and then my 8 plus 10 to get negative x squared minus x plus 18. Okay, guys, well, that's it for Algebra 2, Unit 5.1 notes. Your homework is on the back side. 5.1 practice, okay? So make sure you're looking at what operation they're asking you to do and then copying down the function correctly, okay? All right, guys, so that's it. If you have any questions, please confine Ms. Carranza or myself. We would love to help you out. Otherwise, this is Mr. Grice signing off for Algebra 2, Unit 5.1 Notes, Day 1. Thanks for watching.